What's up, y'all? It's your boy. I don't know why. The one and only A Switch. I don't know why that made me laugh. Oh god. AKA the 315-time social distancing champion, AKA hello governor, Maine. AKA AKA would you like a cup of hot water, Maine? AKA bloody hell, Maine. AKA the nigga Noobmaster. Bringing you yet another episode of Switches Sites. Episode 96 to be exact. Getting close, baby. We getting so close to that, at least personal goal of mine. Oh yeah, I totally forgot, like, doing that joke without like my Twitter for context. Basically, it was some dumb, of course, you know, Twitter, the avenue for dumb shit. There was something other way. This was maybe like a while ago, like a week or so ago. I want to say over last weekend, where basically it was a tweet. Let me try to find it. I need to find it now. It was a tweet on Twitter where you do things where you tweet and stuff. It was something where I think they said black people should have more British roles. I think as a contrast to, like, you know, a lot of people from the UK always getting American roles. So somebody had Terrence Howard basically you know, have a picture of him, and you know, the basically the meme before with that always is with Terrence Howard, Maine. Hey, let me tell you something, Maine. Hey, I can't even do it justice, but hey, Maine, you know, I'm trying to tell you, man, we gotta hustle and we gotta flow, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I mean, that's a atrocious rendition of you know, what he does way better, but you get the gist. I wanna quote it. Where's it at though? Yeah, black Americans need to start doing British roles, yeah? Then somebody quote tweeted it with a picture of Terrence Howard saying, "In the Maine." In it, Maine. In it, Maine. I like to put, like, I like to do the space to, like, you know, because it's tough mentally to I guess separate those two drastically different accents. In it, Maine. Oh, that was taking me out, clearly, as you guys could tell. But yeah, so I'm not sure if I said the date. Today's date, March 18th, 2021, Thursday. Well, always on Thursdays, so that's a given. Man, what's not horrible in the world right now? Has there been anything? Oh God, I forgot. Jesus, I couldn't. I think mentally I wanted to block that out of my head. But basically, it was some. I mean, I'm gonna let you guess the color that yet again went on a murder spree, killing like 8 Asian women in massage parlors. I think all within the same vicinity. I want to say. Um, I'm gonna let you guess the color, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably know. So, I mean, I think we all know. And then on top of that, basically promoting the Asian hate, which is let's stop the Asian hate in general. I mean, hate of all colors, but yeah, I mean, it's messed up regardless. But on top of that, then the police officer who I guess did a public statement regarding the whole situation had the nerve, gumption, audacity, whatever, bitch nuts to basically say he was just having a bad day. Like all of us that have a bad day, we go on a murder spree and kill everybody that just didn't look right, you know. So clearly we all do that, when we're having a bad day, you know. Yeah. So, oh boy. Come to find out, apparently he's pretty much a part of the movement against, this whole anger and, well, yeah, just uneducated, misguided anger with this whole COVID situation, totally blaming any and all remotely relative Asians, which is just dumb in of itself. Boy, this world, man, I tell you. Stop the Asian hate. Come on now. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? Just stop. Just stop. Either way, condolences out to those 8 people, and of course the many more that have been, victims of basically this Asian discrimination after the, this whole COVID situation, which is just tone deaf and ignorant of all matters. But I digress. Outside of that, in terms of the world, gaming world, some very, very interesting tidbits this week. My goodness, man. Boy, oh boy. And we got a lot to go over. So, without further ado, let's wow. What? Oh boy. Of course you would say that of all people, Vinny. All right. Okay. Oh. Okay. I see where we're at. Horrible. Anywho, first topic of discussion, PlayStation buying EVO. What? So pretty much out of nowhere, EVO bought freaking PlayStation, or the other way around. PlayStation bought EVO, and I guess they had a sub esports venture, RTS. So apparently everything's going to be under PlayStation in terms of EVO, which for the most part technically kind of was that, where, PlayStation generally was the preferred platform for PlayStation. EVO was the preferred platform for PlayStation games. Most of the multi-platform fighting games were generally on PlayStation. and you know, with the of course obvious exceptions like Smash and Killer Instinct, which at least only came back recently since last year with the online version of Evo. So I was a little fearful, at least at first, considering the fact that it seemed like a just obvious thing where it was like, okay, I guess they're just only doing games that are on the PlayStation platform. Everything else is going to be omitted. But come to find out, it seems like all other platforms are welcome still to you know, be a part of the Evo. I don't think Nintendo is gonna still stick with it, considering how Nintendo is very you know, very iffy, stingy, whatever about their IPs and stuff, and you know, associations with especially a competing game company, or you know, competing yeah, game company. Yeah, I'm not sure. I had a blank moment, but so yeah, I think it is good overall, considering at least the state Evo is in last year with the whole, you know, what was it, straight up pedophilia basically of all these people coming out, not necessarily Evo, but at least the head of Evo, or you know, at least the higher up there, was involved in a very serious scenario with that. So I think this definitely is probably the best thing that could happen for Evo, considering, you know, they got rid of him in general, and then, you know, knowing that this is going to be under a new umbrella officially with PlayStation, I think it's definitely a good decision. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know. I feel like this is potentially going to sway away a ton of folks, but we'll see. I don't know. I do not know. But at least for the confirmed games, let me, of course, I forgot. The confirmed games so far, I assume they're going to announce more, but we have Guilty Gear Strive, that's gonna be baller. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely want to watch that personally as well. Mortal Kombat 11, Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition, and Tekken 7 PC specifically. So sorry. I do kind of find that ironic, even though I know for obvious reasons it's not kosher, or, you know, considering the horrible net play. And I think there's something where there's technically more lag on the PS4 than the PC, at least with Tekken specifically. I think the same could apply for Street Fighter. Not 100% on that though, but yeah, at least majority of these games is doesn't have the most necessarily ideal online, but I guess one, you know, potential acknowledgement is that Dragon Ball Fighter Z, as well as Smash Ultimate, you know, which at least we touched on, won't be coming this year. But yeah, I mean, those games from a netcode standpoint, to my understanding as well, aren't the best also. But I guess it's like, if that's the case, yeah, if that's the case, it's like technically we couldn't have an Evo at all, since it's kind of a it'd just be Guilty Gear Strive Evo if that was technically is the case. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then on top of that, I think the format is going to be drastically different too now. So it apparently is going to run on two 2 weekends, August 6th through 8th and 13th through 15th. Yeah, that's weird, but I mean, I get it from because of the online like premise, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, they'll figure it out, I assume, but it's definitely not gonna feel like the EVO it used to. Um, you know, now there is that concern, and now it's more I guess, quote unquote mainstream, where it's not like, an event made by fans for the fans, kind of, even though, there's aspects of, the corporateness kind of taking it over. But I don't know, as somebody who's at least been a fan from a distance, seeing it at least consecutively, each year kind of grow in terms of fans and an event in of itself. It's gonna be very interesting to see how it shapes up. It really is. We'll see. We shall see. R.I.P. Smash. I know it's been a big pillar for some people, even though technically it wasn't in last year because of the atrocious netcode. So hopefully, one thing I like to see that I could for sure see happening is EVO. A lot of fighting game players. I could totally see well, I guess it's hard to convey online. Well, no, I think maybe at the semifinals, I think they do possibly fly the people in and, test and all that. I want to say. Could be wrong about that, but I could see them, at least one brave fighting game player, I'm going to call it right now, doing an equivalent of, why can I not remember the dude's name? Kilpatrick. What is his name? Something Kilpatrick. Colin Kilpatrick. Okay. Kaepernick. I was close. Yeah, I see them trying to do some equivalent of symbolism in terms of bringing awareness. Okay, maybe that might be. I say comparing it to Colin Kaepernick may be a bit too brash, but in the same manner of trying to change the culture of fighting games, considering where it's going. I could see an equivalent in that respect of just trying to bring more awareness that, we do need to improve fighting game netcode as a whole, and, bringing more importance to that, especially kind of the conditions we're in now, that it's way more emphasized, where it's not like, oh no, we could just get local and, practice. No, I think we'll definitely see it, especially with Guilty Gear Strive, like setting it up a supreme example of it. I can totally see a big initiative push happening to some extent for rollback netcode, legit rollback netcode, and not this faux rollback netcode to be implemented at some point. So we'll see. We shall see. I totally did not expect this happening today, though. Like, of all things, random PlayStation buying EVO. That is just insanely random as hell. But hey, there you go. EVO likely saved. We shall see when this event happens. All right, moving on. Next topic of discussion. PlayStation VR2 Controller. out of nowhere as well today. PlayStation just dropping them bombs. We got first details on the PlayStation VR2 controller, which looks very reminiscent to I think it's the Oculus Rift controllers. Oculus Rift controller. Yeah, looks very close to the Oculus Rift controller, where it has, the standard handle and then the circular, which I'm curious what that is for, as somebody who's as a VR noob does not own a VR unit at all. Yeah. And then I think some of the details: stronger immersion with adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, finger touch detection. I don't know why that makes me feel dirty. I want some of that finger touch detection though. No, I will not. Never. We cool. We good. Not that good. No. I ain't finger touching anybody unless they want it though. I mean, that's a whole nother tangent. But finger touch detection. How did we get here? Oh boy, that's gonna be a running gag, I know. I gotta do it. I have to do it now.
Finger touch.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Which one was it? Oh, did that? I might have saved it. All right, we're gonna do live editing of.
Gonna do some live editing. Just gonna try to.
Oh God.
Well, here we are.
Okay, that's clearly not working. Damn it. Oh, I gotta reconfigure that all over again. I hate it so much. Ugh. What is the son of a bitch? Okay, echo. Then gender. All right, I might have figured it out.
Gender. I'm a man. Now I'm a woman. I'm a woman now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Oh, that sounds kind of feminine too. Wait a minute. What? Oh, wait. Oh no. Oh no. Damn it. My auto-tune is gone.
Son of a bitch. Ugh. I hate everything. It's ruined. Everything is ruined. Ugh. Oh. Let's try. Maybe change robot to auto-tune.
Finger touch.
It doesn't have my voice though. All right, let's do it with the demon voice. That might be as close as we're gonna get.
Finger touch.
Oh, that's a man. Or everything is low pitch. I hate it. Well, yeah, break stuff. Hey, I basically wanted to make my voice echoey, but it didn't work out. Just did not want to cooperate. Well, there you go. Finger touch. There you go. That's at least the best we're gonna get now. and more. So these are just gonna look awkward as hell to put somewhere to store. That's all I'm thinking of. I know some third party companies probably gonna think of a way to figure that out. But the potential looks great. I'm curious. They go into more detail. Adaptive triggers. Each VR controller left to right includes adaptive trigger button that adds palpable tension when pressed, similar to what's found in the DualSense controller. If you played a PS5 game, you'd be familiar with the tension of the L2R2. So yeah, basically like the PS5 controller, which is pretty good. I think I'm gonna feel the immersion too. Oh, I could see the potential. You can like literally feel like you're shooting a bow and arrow. That's gonna be cool. Of course, haptic feedback. That's pretty much seems to be the same. We gotta know more about this finger touch though. The controller can detect your fingers without any pressing in the areas where you place your thumb, index, or middle fingers. This enables you to make more natural gestures with your hands during gameplay. See, now my mind is tainted by this. I'm just thinking about all these weeb simulator games where it's, like, what was the one? It was like this one Twitter video where it was the dude, he was just I ain't gonna lie, he was the fucking out of this inanimate pillow, or was it a pillow? It was like some clear pillow, and you know what? He was going to town on it. I'm gonna lie, he was going to town on it. He was like, he was hitting that like it was his it was last last day on earth or something. Thinking about that, it's cracking me the fuck up. But oh man, oh my god, there you go. Yeah, apparently we got that G spot. Maybe they make a game. They make a PS5. I don't like it. They make a PS5 game where the goal is to find the G spot in a man's booty hole. Don't ask me how I thought of that idea, but I'm just saying that's his idea for a game in PlayStation. I give you some ideas. That's all I'm saying. But man, if I told you having this discussion of PSVR2 getting to pleasure in a man's booty hole, I don't know how man, yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of naturally did go there. Let's be honest. Yeah, you're right. Either way, moving on. Boy. Well, I'm sorry. I just had to let that marinate and let that just take its course. You know what? I think that pretty much covers it. I don't know, Rachel. I'm sorry. I was driving and went off the road a little bit. I'm trying to get back on course. Moving on. Speaking of okay, so PlayStation also just dropping them bombs. Also announced that they're also doing a play at home program where basically it looks like a lot of 10 indie titles. Yeah. So PlayStation is offering 10 free games to download this spring, including PS4 indie gems, PSVR games, and Horizon Zero Dawn, because that game is too great to quantify. It had to quantify its own category. I haven't played Horizon yet, so I clearly don't know. Let's go into full details real quick. March 25th is when it starts. What are the titles? So we got Res Infinite, Horizon Zero Dawn, a complete edition. So I hear that's the definitive edition with all the DLC. I think the Frozen Wilds is the only DLC that came with it, I want to say. Abzu, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica, The Witness, Moss, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Thumper, Paper Beast, Funimation / Wakanum. I don't have no clue. I'm assuming that's anime related. It must be some service. Maybe it's that you can use it in conjunction with the PSVR2 when that comes out. 90-day trial of that. Oh, that sounds like it's definitely VR related. Walk anime, like walk anime or something. Like you can that'd be kind of cool. You'd be in an anime episode and like you can talk to all the teens that are having, existential issues and stuff. Like, you shut up, Rukio. I don't even know who Rukio is. You shut up. Damn it. Oh fuck. You shut up, Tsunade. Then I don't know. They cry and then you win. You cry and then they win. Oh my god. I hate it, but I really do like it at the same time. Oh man. Oh, it's killing me. Yeah, so hey, that you might be able to do that. But at least for me personally, these all I don't technically have. I technically have Horizon Zero Dawn, but I just could do it digitally now, which is pretty dope. I guess that's coming specifically at a later date on the 19th, but I guess you can have access to all the other ones. That March 25th. It doesn't seem like they come out in like some staggered order either. It's just the exception of Horizon. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Good on PlayStation. I mean, most of the games at the same time do seem to be like hey, like PlayStation nudge you a little bit. Hey, if you want to get a PSVR, hey, seems like a lot of these games are PSVR related. You probably might want to get one of those or something. So we'll see. But I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to it. Moving on. Put my time codes in because I'm bad at that. I'm so bad. Hey, it's made up. Mine is made up. I do like that idea though. They should really make that a game. Jade Raymond, who was formerly of at this point that sinking ship that is Stadia. I guess she left and apparently made a new independent studio called Haven. So for those that may not know, Jade Raymond, she was a part of Assassin's Creed for a good while, I think, before she left and went with another company. I think that's at least her most notable work. I know she's been involved with a lot more integral stuff. Actually, let's look that up just to be sure. just to be sure. I've not slept on some gold that she has oh, she did The Sims Online. Wow, okay. She did that before Assassin's Creed in '07. Metal Gear Solid 4. What? She was a managing director of that. Oh my god. Assassin's Creed 2, executive producer. She did Splinter Cell Blacklist, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, Epic Mickey, The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. I guess all this before she went to Stadia, and then I'm assuming now, making her new studio. Man, wow. Sims Online, Metal Gear Solid 4. That's crazy. I did not know that. Wow. I'm glad I looked that up. Is it? I think it's Haven. I believe it's Haven, according to this. Yeah, introducing Haven, a new Montreal-based independent studio. So, yeah. So, at least they did announce that she is working on a title that's going to be exclusive for the PlayStation. So, we don't know what that is yet. Unannounced IP, but that's looking pretty enticing, though. Considering that repertoire she's had. Producer, managing director, executive producer, managing director. She got the chops. She got the chops to make something happen, that's for sure. So, good on Jade for jumping up. And, hey, you know what? When you got lemons, make lemonade. That's what she did. I mean, I'm probably making it seem way worse than probably it actually is, but hey. Moving on. Okay, Project Athia. So basically that awesome trailer we saw during the PS5 event. Actually, now that is getting a actual title now called Forspoken, which actually it looks even better than it did before. All the traversal is pretty dope now. I know they hinted at that in the PS5 trailer, but oh my goodness, it's looking good. Got this damn zombie bear. It's about to put the paws on her, but she not gonna let him. She not gonna let him know. Oh man, that's looking good though. I'm looking forward to it. At least a brief description. Introducing Forspoken, the new narrative-driven adventure set in a beautiful yet cruel world. Play as Frey Holland, an ordinary young woman who must harness her magical abilities to survive in the fantastical yet dangerous land of Athia. Developed by Luminous Productions for the PlayStation 5 and PC, Forspoken will take players on a magical and perilous journey. I like it. I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold, Square. I am sold. I'm so sold. So sold. Moving on. None. So you may have possibly gotten an email from Capcom, about trying to play that RE8 beta. If you did, you probably in for a world of hurt, because basically those are spam invites going out, where basically a spam / phishing attempts to try and get a virus on your PC. Like, hey, you want to play RE8? Um, I mean, you can unless you can if you give us your you give us your credit card information. We'll let you play it. Hands down. Go ahead. just, just give us your social security number and we'll let you play. All right. Promise. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Please. Please give me your personal information. Please, right now. So yeah, I mean, just I guess a PSA, just watch out for that. Cause Capcom saying no, we are not doing that. So they ran a private group for testing out Resident Evil games for years, but they also hold a decent amount of public facing demos. But if you're getting notifications for another, stop right there, specifically for early access invitations from a Capcom no reply email. So we obtained a message directly from Capcom confirming a scam. We want to inform you that these messages are not from Capcom and appear to be phishing attempts by an unauthorized third party. If you have received such a message, please do not download any files or reply and delete the message immediately. So there you go. Alrighty, Rachel, Vinny, appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so hey, if somebody trying to I'm trying to like think of what a RE8 demo like scam looks like, where I guess they were like because I mean, I guess the funny part is that scammers always seem to be horrible at spelling, and yeah, maybe it's very legit though. It's hard to it's hard to, I guess, think about if I'm not actually in it. But hey, until Resident Evil has their, I think their 35th anniversary, I think it's coming up. Maybe it's, actually, let me check that because I want to know. When is 35th? March 22nd. Oh my God, that is very close. When is that, on a Monday? So that's like next, straight up Monday. That is crazy. Wow. That's cool. Well, hey, until then, those emails aren't real. So watch yourself. Watch yourself. Okay. Moving on. Rockstar, you know that one topic we talked about, I want to say a couple episodes ago, of basically a fan making a video dissecting the horrible, or I guess apparently very simple, I guess, oversight in terms of the programming of their code that was essentially making basically makes GTA Online, and I guess it's mainly online though, basically makes GTA Online immense pain in the ass to load. Apparently, from what he showed, it seemed to have run way better now in terms of just basically those changes they gave to them. And now I guess what's funny is, at least when we saw it was like, I highly doubt Rockstar will even implement that, but at least it was brought to their attention. But pretty much now they legit implemented that fix specifically, and gave them a $10,000 bounty. The guy specifically tossed. I think it's tossed. Make sure. I don't want to mess it up. I think it's tossed. Let me be sure. T-O... or I guess Toster, but I think he goes Toss for short. But yeah, he basically showed that whole bug, or well, just horrible load times, and showed the comparisons, I think, between the two. And showed that just by this simple change of some of this code and making it more efficient, that it would basically make the load in way better, which at least I'm not sure if I did necessarily accurate, a time stopwatch comparison, but definitely at least I for sure noticed, because the update legit went live Wednesday, I want to say Tuesday, Wednesday. And it, at least for the initial load into the game, it was way better. Way better, noticeably better. For me, at least I recall the initial load from when you boot up the game to get in the GTA Online. I guess not counting necessarily the initial screen to Grand Theft Auto, but it roughly took around 30 seconds for me personally. I was running off an NVMe SSD as well, so PCIe 3.0. I'm not even sure PCIe 4.0 it was fully utilized yet, but yeah, it was roughly about 30 seconds initially to load in there. But then going from transitioning to missions and stuff, it didn't necessarily seem, it seemed about the same, but then again, it's I don't play Grand Theft Auto that often to really notice the difference specifically for that. I know at least the longest that takes literally forever to load is the initial loading of GTA Online, when you're just jumping in for the first time after, booting it up. But at least that in of itself is a pretty good improvement, I'd say, and very worthwhile. And also conveniently, at least I could see it just being in time for the next gen versions, PS5, Series X versions of GTA 5, even though we damn near overdue for GTA 6, but I digress. We've already went down that road. Yeah. So thanks Tossed for doing God's work. At least work that work technically that Rockstar is paid to do, but not doing, obviously. And what I found funny thinking about this story, at least when I read it, is that I was just in my head, I'm just thinking of some dude at Rockstar. He's he looked at the changes that were submitted by a guy, and then he's so that was it, weird, all right. That was it, and he just changed it or something. That's funny. Yeah, I think he did go the non-traditional way of I guess submitted. I think they were being anal about stuff where you have to submit this technically directly to them or something like that. But I think they gave him a pass, I guess, especially considering the notoriety it caught in terms of news outlets and stuff. So hey, that game that people won't stop buying, boy, they're gonna start buying it more now. So and at least from other people, it seems like they have reported that it's way better as well. I will say that it was a subconscious reason I stopped playing, but yeah, at least now I actually played as long as I've remembered. playing that game, because normally I like hop in and try to get some of them bonuses they be having, and then I'll just jump out. But at least I had a pretty good session, which I guess we'll technically talk about a little bit more in depth later. So yeah, good on fans, fans saving these games. I swear. Next topic of discussion. Monster Hunter Rise. Sorry, that's, you have to do that every time you do it. So word on the street is Monster Hunter Rise is out in the wild. At least this was last weekend, I believe, where I believe it started with Amazon. Amazon basically was shipping some of these like super early, and like a fair amount of people got them. You know what? Actually, I did actually get the game on Amazon myself, but here I am, Monster Hunter Rise list, without any early early copy. So Amazon, what's up with that? You're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna make a mistake. Make it on the right people. Like, come on, Amazon. Killing me here. Goodness. Where did I'm like checking and think like literally it's gonna be just probably not the case. I probably would have got notified. And come on, Amazon. You love me. I love you. I mean, your practices are questionable, but let's see here. It is not shipped. Look at that. Just shipped, just not shipped. Amazon, you've disappointed me so many times. Me complaining. I'm gonna get a game shipped early. That shouldn't be out. So yeah. So it did get to a lot of people's hands. So as you know, with stuff like this, be on the apprehensive about spoilers and stuff with the game, and mechanics that are generally much better to discover on your own. At least myself, I've definitely protected myself from that. The Discord server I'm in with the Gaijin Hunter, he notified people as well. He's like saying, hey, can't do that in this server. If you do, your ass is done. He didn't say that, but you get the idea. Paraphrasing very much so yeah, just a PSA to watch your ass if you don't want spoils on Monster Hunter Rise. I know I don't. I want to go in as blind as possible outside of the demo and stuff. So yeah, moving on. HDR. We all know it. We all don't know it. Yeah, HDR is probably the most thing that you know and don't know at the same time. At least those are definitely my sentiments for sure. At least my personal experience with it. It's like you feel like you know it, but also don't feel like you know it at the same time. And I feel like that encapsulates HDR perfectly, in my opinion. It's one of the most things you can understand a lot and not at all at the same time. But anyway, speaking of, basically, Microsoft announced that they are bringing Auto HDR, which is at least currently a feature on the Xbox Series X, which basically makes games that don't have HDR and gives them HDR, which is, generally has been proven to be better than standard HDR. And HDR, for those that don't know, with my like expansive yet limited knowledge, again going back to that analogy, that HDR is high dynamic range, which is basically it makes pictures pop more. That's probably the best way to describe it, if anything. Where brights are brighter, colors are more vibrant. That's generally my understanding of HDR. But then, it gets very intricate, and, personally, I've always been going back and forth with HDR. It's like, is this the best picture I can get? And, always trying to think if is there a setting I could change? Is there a color I can probably adjust up or down or whatnot? So, yeah. But at least this feature is now, I believe, you can start testing on Windows 10 machines or sign up for a beta, according to the article. But they also said 1,000 plus DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 games will be supported. So pretty crazy. But again, this is for people that have, if you have a HDR supported monitor, which that is, I'm going to try to not get into this rabbit hole of HDR, but basically there are monitors out there that do support HDR, but they technically aren't. I forgot the official term, or not official term for fake HDR or full HDR, where basically a monitor or TV accepts HDR, but it technically isn't capable to reach the peak brightness and color gamut that legit HDR is capable of. So technically it can accept and will try to display HDR signal, but it's technically doing an injustice because it's not reaching the I guess parameters that a standard HDR set should to actually benefit from it. So like in those cases, you generally benefit from just having SDR rather than full HDR, because the picture will generally look way more desaturated and like kind of muted in color compared to SDR, which generally would be better in this scenario if you don't have a legit HDR set / monitor. So that's at least my foot kind of tickling that hole. All right. Hey, I don't know what you do when you're off time. I'm just saying. Okay, I don't know what I was implying by that, but don't. Whatever I just said, don't take that take that for a word. It's gospel. So, but the potential is really cool though, especially for PC, considering like the variables and how much people are, can mod and, mod to even like further adapt to auto HDR. Definitely is very promising, at least, for fellow video game enthusiasts, with a, beefy, juicy, PC setup, as well as a capable, TV as well, for TV / monitor that's capable for that range, so yeah, hey, HDR is coming, auto HDR. Hopefully it's not a pain as much as like, at least I remember, man, like HDR was like a real pain, at least before it started rolling out to Windows 10, where, at least the game I remember vividly, it could be specific to my setup at the time, I guess, but Resident Evil 2, I know being an immense pain getting HDR to work properly, where you would try to get it to work and then it would show like the screen would be very purple And, it's like, oh, well, all right. Then, spending an hour trying to troubleshoot what could be happening. And by the time you play the game, you're just frustrated. You're just mad at yourself. Like, what did I do with my life? So that is just the one caveat I do despise about PC gaming. I mean, it's very few far in between, I can say, but when it does happen, I swear it is always the most time consuming, annoyingly difficult thing you run into. It's either it's very rarely a very like, oh, just a simple flick of the switch of a setting here and there. It is almost always something super deep, intricate. You gotta you gotta get a computer science degree from a university to even like formulate how to figure something out. Horrible. This is why I stay. I primarily, generally, for the most part, stay console. But hey, my foot's still in there though. Don't get it twisted. The foot's still in there. I'll still be jumping in. So yeah. Either way, hopefully is as much more smooth than at least the initial jump to HDR beforehand. So moving on. What do you know? Out of nowhere, Noobmaster has returned. And somewhat related, kind of unrelated, but related news. So apparently Xbox made a commercial in I guess a partnership with Captain America. Technically, depending on what we see from the show, but the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they had like a cross promotion where basically Anthony Mackie, aka the Falcon, is like exploring Game Pass and seeing what Game Pass can hold, since he's been, I guess, the events. Canonically, this takes place after Endgame. Everybody's been the blip has been, everybody's come back or something. But basically, he's looking at it, and yeah. So he's like, "Hey, I want to trying to play some Xbox," and but what's funny is that basically the character that's like showing him, he's which is very funny, but he's basically Noobmaster 69, who is the dude that was in at least canonically, I think they confirmed it to some extent, where he's the dude that was whooping that dude's ass in Avengers, not Avengers, but Thor. No, was it in? I think it was Endgame. Avengers Endgame. Who's getting his ass whooped. And then what Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, was like reaming in his ass. I'm gonna rip your arms off and shove them up your butt. Something like that. I don't know. It seems like Thor is way more proper, so he would say something like that. He wouldn't say ass, he would say butt. But so now officially that makes it canon that the X-Men will for sure be coming to the MCU now. So I can't wait for all the film theory, the theory videos. I'm gonna like totally binge on YouTube after to get some more insight. But yeah, no, I thought this was pretty funny. Kind of very subtle Easter egg, if you will. I think that's the same guy that like oogled over Captain. It felt like he just wanted to suck up Captain right then and there, but he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, everybody's in public." He was like, "I'm not sure if you go down like that, Chris Evans. I'm sorry, I'm not sure." Yeah. So I don't know how I just shoved in a fellatio joke in there, but you know what? We just gonna let it go. Just gonna let it go. And that concludes the news for this week. Now to get into what I've been playing. which is surprisingly, even for myself, I think, been a lot. I like literally was dabbling in any and everything. So first was mess with the Halo Master Chief Collection test flight again as well. I think they extended it, so I know I got some time in there. Still pretty fun. Definitely can't wait for the new maps when they come in the official update. But after that, still playing that Modern Warfare, and happy to say, guys, since last episode, we did accomplish the mission. We have attained Damascus camo. Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, so boy, man, after all is said and done, I mean, unless Modern Warfare 2 is really damn good, I mean, I don't know. I don't see myself doing this again. It was only because I love the game so damn much. I couldn't stop playing it. I was like, you know what? Let me just do these challenges, make it more fun and engaging. And I will say, I definitely got some dopamine hits after, yes, I got 10 headshots. Yes, got 10 mounted kills. Yes, got fucking two booty cheek hits. That'd be kind of funny. They should do that. Booty cheek shot. Oh man, now I'm thinking about it. That would be a pain. Do 60 booty cheek shots. Ugh. You'd have to, literally camp and try to, run behind people and then just shoot them in the butt. I guess it's not. I hate that I'm like really trying to quantify this as a legit thing, but yeah. So basically, that was my mindset. Probably the most annoying of the like guns was definitely the rocket. Rockets were a pain in the ass, specifically the unguided missiles, where basically that's pretty much the majority of the challenges for rockets, where you have to get like shoot 50, 75 UAV vehicles or whatever. I think they made it easier in a couple of the subsequent updates after the game dropped, but they're still a pain in the ass, because then you have to fucking lead your shots like nobody, like no tomorrow, like you lit, man. And then yeah, the RPG, let alone, totally fun, using on enemies, but trying to shoot down kill streaks, pain in the ass. It really is. But probably that, and then the riot shield is pretty annoying. They kind of made it a little bit reasonable, but it's still annoying either way. You can't, you have to melee people, but then normally they're focused on you and trying to shoot you initially, so you don't really get that opportunity. I will say, shipment 24/7 is a godsend for these challenges. That's for sure, because you can get a lot of these knocked out in like one game, which is definitely very appreciated. All in all, I did have fun though, but I don't know if I'll do it again. Definitely won't be doing it for Black Ops for sure. I don't see myself doing that, let alone playing Black Ops now, unless they drastically do some good improvements, or I don't know. I don't even think like just how the game feels overall, which is like, I think it's just going to be baked in its DNA. I don't even see myself playing that. Maybe when a new content drops a new map and stuff, I'll probably just hop in a little bit and then that's it. But yeah, so I am free. I can now play other games. I did get to level 50 in the battle pass while doing it though, so I won't have that like necessarily ringing over my head. Also played Smash Brothers. Mess with Pyra and Mithra. She's actually pretty fun. They are actually, That's funny. It's weirdly getting to that whole debate. They, them. I guess technically that'd be accurate. But they are pretty fun to play with. Being able to switch between both mid game as your special. Definitely, I was trying to use that strategy, and it surprisingly worked in a lot of the matches I ran into, at least. So they're definitely capable. Yeah, as long as you know how to use them and switch between them and use them at the right moments, and obviously with any fighting game, I think she's pretty viable. At least I think I'm not sure how people are ranking her up in the tier charts, but she seems to be pretty good. She seems up there, if anything. So then I just started playing with Terry Bogard. That's probably still my favorite Smash character so far to date. But yeah, well, I mean, Smash is Smash, which is laggy as hell, but use the Net Duma to try to mitigate that, which for those that don't know, it's one of the routers. I think that's pretty much the only routers at this point that can basically isolate or block players outside of your area, which you can dictate in their software, the router software, that basically just lets you play in a designated people within your designated location that you specify. So it doesn't have you play with somebody from Uganda. I don't think they have internet, let alone viable means to be worried about playing games. But hey. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Monster Hunter Rise demo, I did get around to playing that. Pretty much just trying to beat this damn Magnamalo. That dad came back. You playing that? Would you trying to hunt that Mago Mega Man? You trying to hunt that Mega Man Mago? I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. Yeah, so he's a bitch. Just let that be known. He is a bitch. He is a bitch. I've still yet to beat him. I've not got matched up with good people. I felt like I was always doing my part, but it's generally always one dude that just gets carded 2-3 times, and we lose it, and then everybody splits up, and then we try to do the same thing again, trying to find a legit team. I legitimately have only been playing Hunting Horn so far. I'm really loving the Hunting Horn. It is I definitely see myself playing that potentially the most when the full game comes out. But yeah, but at the same time, I think it's kind of like we're handicapped as well, because one, you have predetermined armor sets, which could easily be remedied in the main game trying to beat this bitch. And then presumably when you're playing the main game, when you get to Magnamalo, you'll have a more customized, catered setup to when you're playing against it in that game than this one. And then also they give you a ridiculously strict ass time limit on top of that. It feels like they only give you 15 minutes, which is way stricter than I recall for traditional, monster hunting. Which I feel like that's done on purpose to try and I guess mitigate you not, I don't know, getting more fulfillment out of playing the demo or something. I don't know. Basically trying to artificially restrict it when they don't have to. Then there's the other factor of they which I feel, at least specifically for the demo, is very counterintuitive, is that it, at least from what they're hinting at, is that it seems like the only way you can increase your max, your max health slash stamina and attack is to find these bugs throughout the environment, which you can only pretty much do by going to specific locations on the map, which I feel is very just counterintuitive, specifically for the demo. We don't know, like, I would assume maybe there's perks and like maybe food items that might help remedy that, but at least as of now, it feels more like a pain than it should, and feels like it does encourage you to explore the environment more, which I feel obviously is the intended like goal, but at the same time, I feel like they should give you an option to not do that if you don't want to, or if, like, let's say you're trying to critical hunt or like, speed hunt or whatever. So I see some potential issues and annoyances there specifically, but I assume there's got to be some way to just do that without having to be forced to explore the environment each hunt to try and like max out your health and stamina gauge. So if anything, that's probably the biggest, like, I guess, concern I have when the main game comes out. So hopefully it isn't that's not the case, and there's at least some decently viable way to avoid having to, explore the environment every time. But all in all, I'm definitely looking forward to it for sure. Explore more of the game, discover all these new monsters, see how they operate, get my ass carded, at least initially, with that steep learning curve, but ultimately prevail and become a monster hunter. I'm sorry, you have to do that every time. It's like a written rule. After that, while I was on the Switch as well, I think I got frustrated. Losing quests against Macamalo. Hopped on Super Mario 25. Also PSA, if you are a Mario fan, because of Nintendo's dumbass, stupid vault mentality with these games. Mario 35, which is the online game, as well as Super Mario 3D All Stars, will be quote unquote ending the end of this month. I think the end of this month they'll be gone, quote unquote. So that means you can't buy it from the store after. I'm not sure. I believe for Mario 35 they cut the servers off as well, I want to say. And at least they won't print any more Mario games after Super Mario 3D World specifically. Obviously the other ones will be there. So, but yeah, at least with that in mind, I'm like, all right, let me put some effort into Mario 35, which is, for those that don't know, it's basically Mario Battle Royale, more or less, where you're basically competing against other people to play the first Mario game, where you're going through random levels and trying to be the last one standing, and basically the other team can like thwart you and throw like Koopas and other known Mario enemies at other players to try and throw them off their game and make them lose so you can win. So basically just a lot of trial and error. A lot of embarrassing moments where I got my ass killed by the first Goomba, which I'm a man enough to admit that has happened to me a couple times. But on the other end, I did get third place one time, and I felt like I kind of like okay, this is probably as good as I'm gonna get if I stop here. So I played a couple days of that, and yeah, I finally got to third place. And man, you know what? After I like died from third place, I was seeing the other people playing the other two, and like it's like ain't no damn way. I'm all right. I'm cool. I'd be playing this forever if that's the case, because it's these dudes with Japanese names. So I mean, when they got a Japanese name, you know they mean business. You know, that's just that's just video game 101. If they got Japanese characters as their name, then you know it's over for you. For the most part. But yeah. So I mean, I think I'm satisfied with 3. I got a satisfying song like do 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 do, something like that. I was like, you know what, that felt pretty good. I think that's probably as good as I'm gonna get. I think I'm done here. So I think I've let Mario run its course. Specifically, I guess that's kind of like a pun. Maybe it wasn't intentional, but yeah. So then after that, excuse me, I got for sale. There was a really good sale. Stay hydrated. Pretty good sale for the Razer Scion, which is basically a pretty vetted legit fight pad, because it's a weird thing with PS5. Like for PS5, you can specifically you can use fight sticks for PS5 games as well as obviously PS4 games, but at least lately, or like for the past few years, I've been way more comfortable with fight pad. But the fight pad I have that works with PS4 games just fine doesn't work with PS5, and it gives you an error like can't play. You need a PS5 controller to play this game. But it's like, I put a damn fight stick in and you let it play. Why can't you let the damn fight pad play? So I kind of was a little offended. I felt like almost like a racial attack, because it's like, hey, what, you trying to discriminate against people that use fight pad or fight stick? What are you trying to say, PlayStation 5? I was about to throw it right there. I was about to throw my damn I'll throw this damn console across the damn room. So I was like, all right, okay. May possibly in an update. Actually, that is one thing I didn't check. Potentially could be a firmware update. I may have to just update the controller, possibly, maybe. That maybe might make it work with PS5. I doubt it though. Normally and they're both the same brand, they're both Hori. The fight stick worked fine, but the fighting pad didn't. So yeah, the fact that they're both Hori though, I don't know, maybe it's because the fight pad interprets itself as a PS4 controller specifically, maybe the issue. But either way, I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna get this Razer Scion. And I have to say, at least as a whole of a controller itself, it feels pretty damn good as a legit fight pad. I love the directional pad. It's very clicky and like satisfying. I mean, I'm part of the mechanical blue switch crew, so you know I love me some haptic responsive feedback in terms of, like, you know, was it audible feedback? I think that's the term. Basically, you know, feedback where you hear it and you get like some like slight confirmation, like, okay, I should have, this movement seems and sounds right, so it must be right. So I feel like that's helped a lot. Like my combos, I feel like I'm able to execute way more consistently. But all in all, hey man, the controller is pretty legit, I have to say. And obviously it does work, confirmed, does work with PS5 as well. So yeah. So with that in mind, I just went on a fighting game spree just to test it out, make sure it works as well. Mortal Kombat 11, was playing a few matches, got my ass whooped a couple times, but you know what? Hey, I got some of that back. This dude I was playing with, he beat me twice, and he beat me. Did he mirror match me? No, he fought me with Rambo, and then you know, whooped my ass. And then gonna have the audacity to bring RoboCop in the mix. And then I think I beat his ass then. Did he mirror match me? I don't think he did. Either way, whooped his ass after he got me twice, and then I left. I was like, bitch, and then I left. No, I think I gave him. No, I think I fought him. Yeah, we fought 3 times. He won 2. He won 2 in a row, and then I beat him the third, and I'm like, I'm gone. I'm done. So that was my fulfillment from Mortal Kombat. I tried to get some combos off, like in the training mode is fine, but in the online it was like annoying as hell because combos I legitimately put in were not registering, which I feel like is a testament to the net code for that game, where you have to have like some Jesus reflexes or something to like put in inputs. It felt like that was a testament to the game's online. So I was like, you know what, I'm good then. And then I played Tekken 7. That was my jam. And I played a good amount of matches online. I did a good amount of practicing, and the combos felt good in terms of putting them in. And then started playing with some people. I just went in, cold turkey, some ranked matches. That's one annoying thing about Tekken. You seem to get a lot of more like rage quitters because I was beating this dude's ass. I'm not even gonna lie. I was whooping his ass bad. I got a perfect on him. And then like we were about to do the last match, I think. And then what do you know? Right when we were about to fight, oh man, the connection stopped for some reason. And then, like a minute later, communication error had occurred. Like, all right. Okay, clearly you quit. All right, that's not my fault. Hey, I whooped your ass though. You felt this fury though. You felt Brian's fury though. I know that much. I think I made it to expert. I think I started as third Dan and then got to expert. So I've been very hesitant to play online. But I was like, apparently Tekken implemented rollback net code, at least their interpretation of rollback net code, but I don't think it is. For the most part, the games felt pretty good though. I at least was able to execute my combos, which is I felt like was more of the lag that was fighting me than my actual execution in the other games. So then also tested out Street Fighter 5 with the new update and everything. I didn't play too much. I was just messing with Alex, who I know apparently still hasn't gotten, he's still a very atrocious tier, but I still want to play him though. I still want to play him for the challenge. But I just was mainly just testing out combos, which again felt pretty good, but I'm not sure about the online environment. We'll see. Maybe I'll possibly over the weekend I may dabble my feet in there, see if it's not too cold. But yeah, outside of that, pretty much all I've been playing. Actually, it's been, now in perspective, I've actually played a lot. Yeah, that's very unusual for me playing on that many games as well. So yeah, let's get on to what I've been watching media wise. Man, oh man. So, man, I forgot. Yeah, Attack on Titan. It didn't, because of the earthquakes. They postponed that episode this week. Walking Dead. Pretty interesting, pretty good episode this last weekend. It had Father Gabriel and Aaron, who basically were scavenging for food. And then they come across, what is his name? T2 from Terminator. T2. Robert Patrick. Or he's T100. Of course, that's Arnold, who's T2. It's like I don't know Terminator. Yeah, Robert Patrick. So he played this, I guess, I'm not sure if he's canon in the comics or whatever, at least the character he was portraying. But I forgot his name actually. But basically, he was a character. I guess spoilers for Walking Dead. He was a character that was in at least Father Gabriel Aaron came to this place that they thought was vacant. So, they chilled in there for a while. And then come to find out Aaron gets abducted by the guy. And he comes to Father Gabriel, confronts him or whatever. And he's like, hey, man, you ate my boar. It's like, how was it? I don't think he said that, but he's like, what were you guys eating? He's like, what you cooking? He's like, boar. He's like, can I get a bite? And then come to find out that was his boar he had that they straight up killed. Or I guess no. Aaron came across the boar and I guess he killed him out of panic. And then they just like, well, we killed him. Got to cook him now. Oh, and then he screamed like a little bitch too. He's like, ah. I guess he made the most weakest scream ever, So, that was funny. Yeah, and then it became this whole weird, tension of basically his character, Robert Patrick's, where, I guess he's very, like, tormented by his brother betraying him, more or less, where I guess his brother and his family were going to turn on him and basically take all the food and leave him for some reason. So he couldn't forgive that. Basically, come to find out towards the end of the episode, he like locked him up and I guess his family died. And I think he did what they did with Aaron and Gabriel as well, where they made him play a game of Russian roulette where, they, have one in the chamber and, take a chance and see if, if one of the bullets is actually active, and made them both do it. And, gave him an opportunity to say you could either shoot yourself or shoot him. And, fortunately, knowing the good people they are, they're like, I'll take myself out first. So, Aaron shot himself and he died. Oh, I'm playing. Actually, I thought one of them at least were going to die. It's like, oh, well, it's The Walking Dead. Somebody's probably going to die. But come to find out, it was, what's his name? Got his ass clocked. So basically, Father Gabriel was like pleading, like, hey, we'll let you come with us. You don't have to do this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, and then they basically try to almost convince him, and he lowers his defenses down and, like, yeah, blah, 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 and starts talking and tells him his name. Right as he tells him his name, freaking Father Gabriel comes up with him with a mallet and clocks his ass clean. Ugh. Knocks his ass out. It's like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. Because at least it's that kind of gray area where, it seemed like he had potential to be a good guy. He could turn good. But then he couldn't. He possibly couldn't have. He could have been crazy. And that's kind of, you potentially see that with, what's his name, his brother, who's played by the same actor again, locked up. And then they try to release him, but then he grabs the gun and kills himself after seeing his family, who's like dead and decayed in front of him. I guess apparently all these years potentially. So it was kind of a fucked up story, and they're both twins, so they're twin brothers basically. So that's the reasoning for using him as the same actor. But it was a pretty good episode. It's like, it's kind of messed up. Where he's trying to justify him not, what's the word? Like trying to, I guess, come to the reality that his own brother, turned on him and tried to, in his way, justify that if his own brother did it, then everybody is capable of doing it. And they are going to do it for sure or whatever. So it's a pretty good episode though. I was very surprised. So yeah, And then it's been on my list for I don't know how long. The Thing, I did end up watching over the weekend, and come to find out, it actually they it seemed like it was the old thing from the 1980s, but it ended up being it was apparently a prequel of the Thing that came out in 2011 that I at least I didn't see. I didn't see the year it came out. I was like, okay, this got to be the Thing because it was only one thing. Normally, people when they streaming sites, I think this was HBO Max. They normally will bundle and tell you Thing prequel or Thing something, but I guess they're trying to make it be a reboot / prequel or something like that. But it was okay. It was okay. I felt like it felt like the Thing was one of those. This prequel is one of those prequels. It probably would have been more beneficial to watch after the initial one, even though technically chronologically it goes right into the original Thing, but still I felt like it would have had there would have been more impact if I just saw the 80s version and then the prequel after that, where it's like, because it's kind of like Resident Evil 0 comes to mind, where it's like if you played Resident Evil 0 before the original Resident Evil, it pretty much kills all the suspense of the original Resident Evil, which I feel like is the case for this one. It was okay. It was fine. Had some insightful stuff that at least not chronology, but canon wise didn't seem to hold over, like the whole filling thing, and or at least that's the thing they retroactively like retconned, where it's like if you have fillings in your teeth or anything metal that isn't naturally a part of your body, the Thing can't replicate that, which at least made sense in for the prequel. But it was like one character dude had like a ring on his ear, and I think Keith David's character also, but they didn't show that. But if that logic is true, then technically that guy shouldn't have been a Thing because he can't do that. But very nitpicky stuff. But outside of that, it was pretty decent. It was the thought of a creature that can straight up mimic the person they killed, and then try to take out other people one by one, was pretty fascinating. Especially obviously it for sure inspired Among Us, at least yes, Among Us before Among Us essentially. But then going to the original one, I think is way better in terms of just the build up plot, characters. They just seem to have a way more believable, realistic dynamic that I liked and appreciated more. And also, I mean, for a movie that came out in 1980, I think 88, I could be wrong, maybe 84, but it felt like way ahead of its time. Even now, just watching it, it felt really like visceral. It felt very believable, I'd say. They seem the effects seem really good, and apparently they like broke the bank for those effects, which makes sense now. But yeah, really good. But yeah, essentially it's I mean, spoilers for like a 25-year-old 30-year-old game movie. Basically there's this dog who, what do you know? If you watch the prequel, the dog actually is the alien or the Thing, and then it affects other people, and then basically it's that whole plot of other people getting infected and trying to affect other people, and then it's like, I don't know, are you the Thing? Are you the Thing? What? Yeah, it's weird. You left 5 minutes ago and came back. What's up with that, Tommy? Which is, yeah, I could see, yeah, somebody was just watching this like, man, this be a great game, man. There you know. There you go. Among Us was then created after. So, thoroughly enjoyed it. I am now aware of the thing because I feel like it's been like talked about like ravenously. So, and then I finally got around to it like a year after I've watched all of the other Twin Peaks stuff. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. So I think partially I was hesitant to watch this because I heard it wasn't good. So at least going into it, I was like, yeah, let me keep my expectations low. But basically, for those that don't know, again, spoilers for like a 30-year-old, maybe 15, 20, I think 30. Yeah, 30-year-old movie by now. Twin Peaks, where basically this movie, Firewalk Me, takes is a prequel to the events of the TV show that basically puts you in the eyes of Laura Palmer, the infamous character that everything revolves around in Twin Peaks, and pretty much just shows you her story like roughly right before she gets murdered, which was very, very crazy. They went to some places I was not expecting, at least even though they alluded to it clearly in the TV show. Specifically, her getting raped from her dad, essentially, who technically, at least from the TV show, it made it seem like he was just being possessed by Bob, but now, at least in the movie Firewalk with Me, they make it seem way more blurred in terms of the lines of like, was Leland Palmer being actually corrupted by Bob at times, or have they made it seem like they kind of infused in a sense, or that those were kind of some of his natural tendencies and just like potentially like amplified by Bob or something like that. So that was interesting turn. Then crazily out of nowhere, that what's his name? Who was the dude that who's Laura Palmer's drug supplier? Basically, they were doing a drug deal and he straight up shot the dude and popped him in the back of his head, and that shit was graphic as hell. I was like, damn. And one, I didn't know he like straight up killed a dude. That's kind of crazy, at least in retrospect, especially knowing his who he is in the third season of Twin Peaks, the final one. So yeah, but all in all, I thought it was pretty good in terms of giving you like, a visceral vision and idea of what she actually went through, the stuff that she was going through and juggling all at once, in this, evident downward spiral of, that eventually led to her imminent death. So, yeah, I totally don't get the discourse specifically with the movie, but at least from my understanding, like, researching the YouTube and stuff, that, basically, people off the I guess hype of Twin Peaks, even though technically for a lot of people it was very on a sour note after we found out who the killer of Laura Palmer was, which was a lot of the mystery and like, I guess, intrigue of Twin Peaks. But yeah, I think a lot of people like the kind of drama and seriousness mixed in with the kooky, zany comedy that was Twin Peaks, which I do admittedly did enjoy as well. But I think maybe partially me being away from a year from Twin Peaks and coming back with this one also possibly maybe helped. But at least from my perception, I was like, oh yeah, I think this needed to happen for it to kind of like put a bow tie for the whole saga. It felt like, yeah, of course, there's a lot of shit that like goes way over your head. That like, oh, all right, I need to do some YouTube theory analyzation videos and loophole or rabbit hole, which I definitely went into like last night to be exact, too. Just to try to formulate some closure, even though that's, at least from what the videos I was watching, wasn't his intention, because like basically he wants you to keep thinking about it, and if you do provide closure, that will make you forget about it essentially, or prompt you to forget about it. So but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Firewalk Me. I thought it was a pretty good movie, especially if you watch Twin Peaks. I definitely wouldn't recommend you watching Firewalk with Me before watching Twin Peaks for the first time. I think that definitely ruins a lot of the intrigue and mystery that made the Twin Peaks more attractive. Not knowing or the unknown, which is always, I think, generally more attractive. I feel like there's a statement quote referring to that. So yeah, and then now I went in this whole like rabbit hole of YouTube videos about theories about like what does it all mean? Because I mean, to be frank, Twin Peaks has a lot of what am I watching right now? I can't even like begin to like formulate in my head what actually this means or comprehends. I can't even comprehend what this even is. So I was like, you know what? I need some form of closure, which at least I'm getting satiated in that respect. At least some of these, analogies, summaries of the series has definitely helped a lot with that. So yeah, and then come to find out, because I was in this whole rabbit hole of Twin Peaks lore and stuff, I think Justice League premiered at 9 p.m. my time Pacific, which I could have went right away, but then it was like I just got out the rabbit hole at like 12 a.m. and I was like, oh crap, and then it's like, okay, Justice League gonna be 4 hours. Yeah, that's gonna be a commitment, at least at the time. So also, yeah, be on the lookout. Next episode, we will have watched Justice League Snyder Cut, give you my opinion on that, outside of traditional Twitter brief impressions. So, but yeah, outside of that, that's pretty much been it for what I've been watching. And I believe that will conclude episode 96 of Switches Sites. So close, I feel it. I want to so close, I want to finger. What was the terminology? Finger touch? Ugh, I hate it, but I'm weirdly enticed. Like one finger touch detection away from episode 100. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay. Well. Thanks for watching / listening. Greatly appreciate it. If you appreciate anything with the show podcast, feel free to like, rate, subscribe on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can also catch this streamed live on Twitch TV/aswitch. I generally stream every Thursday, ideally 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. But if you can't, you can also catch the archive on youtube.com/aswitch as well, where I upload them every Friday generally. On top of that, So, yeah. But man, what the future will hold, I don't know. I don't know at all. I really don't. So, yeah. Until next time, guys, don't touch people that don't want to be touched. Don't cough. Get your game on. Oh, yeah.
Nobody's safe.